Understanding active and passive voice. Active and passive voice are two grammatical constructions that define how a subject interacts with the verb in a sentence. Their choice significantly impacts clarity, tone, and emphasis in writing. Active voice. The subject performs action. In the active voice, the subject directly performs the action described by the verb. For example, the chef cooked a delicious meal. This structure is straightforward and emphasizes the doer of the action. Passive voice. The action happens to the subject. In the passive voice, the subject receives the action of the verb. For instance, a delicious meal was cooked by the chef. This structure shifts focus to the action or the receiver of the action, rather than the doer. Clarity and conciseness in active voice. Active voice tends to be clearer and more concise. It is the preferred style in most forms of communication, including academic writing, journalism, and everyday speech, as it avoids unnecessary wordiness. Formality and objectivity in passive voice. Passive voice can sound more formal or objective, often used in scientific writing or official reports. For example, the experiment was conducted under controlled conditions, removes emphasis from the experimenter. Identifying the voice. To identify the voice, locate the subject and verb. If the subject is actively doing something, it's active voice. If the subject is receiving the action, it's passive voice. Adding by someone after the verb often reveals passive constructions. Strengths of active voice. Active voice conveys energy and action, making it more engaging. For instance, the team won the match, feels more dynamic compared to its passive counterpart. The match was won by the team. Weaknesses of passive voice. Passive voice can create ambiguity by omitting the doer of the action. For example, mistakes were made, leaves unclear who is responsible, which can dilute accountability. When to use each voice. Active voice is ideal for persuasive, creative, and instructional writing. Passive voice works well in scientific contexts or when the doer is unknown or irrelevant. Effective writing often balances the two for clarity and impact.